Tasmanian State League season about to get underway. The Glenorchy Magpies hosting the North Hobart Demons here. It's an overcast day at KG5, but hopefully the rain stays away for this afternoon. My name is Anthony Osborne, excited to bring this afternoon's match to you. Alongside me is commentary debutant Harry Bomford in the special comments chair. Harry, thanks for joining me today. I'm looking forward to this encounter.
No, it should be good. It should be a good contest. Two teams not playing for a lot, but a bit of pride on the line. So it should be a good contest today.
Yeah, there's a rich history between these two football clubs. And as you said, although these two teams can't make finals, I still think it's going to be important for these young groups to finish the year really well. That both have really tough asks coming next week, with Glenorchy playing North Lonnie up north at UTAS Stadium and North Hobart playing Clarence at North Hobart Oval, and they're going to be two sides jostling for finals. So a really good opportunity for these two teams to finish the year on a brighter note.
Yeah, absolutely. Plenty of good talent out here today. Plenty of young Devils players getting about. North Hobart have quite a few, and the Glenorchy Magpies, they have a couple who've been running around in the 17s for the Tassie Devils of late.
Absolutely, I think there's, and again, for those young players as well, it's just a good opportunity for them to put their name up in lights. Obviously, the NAB League season just on hold for the moment with the current COVID situation, so it's, a good opportunity for those guys as well. There's been a couple of late changes to this encounter today. North Hobart do lose one of those Devils in Jai Menzie, a late out. Logan Elphinston does come in, though, so another player with, a bit of experience through the talent pathway. And for Glenorchy, James Deegan is a late out, with Luke Brown coming into the team. I guess from your perspective, Bomber, what do you see a guy like Logan Elphinston bringing to this North Hobart outfit today?
He's a raw talent. He's very tall. He's 200 centimetres plus. A Northwest boy. Had some big jobs this year in the 19s in the NAB League. Came back to the 17s to play against the 19s the other week in the intra-club match, and really showed he was up to that level against the 19s, so it should be a good day for him.
Yeah, and I guess with Deegan going out of the team for Glenorchy as well, it probably just opens up that ruck battle, I guess, from another perspective with Glenorchy. I guess for those guys coming into the game today, it's going to have to be a couple of players really chipping in and trying to shoulder the load in the ruck, with Deegan not playing this afternoon. But I'm really excited to see how these two young outfits go about things. Glenorchy, they've got 4 wins, 12 losses for the season. They'd be disappointed with just the back half of the year, the way they've potentially tailed off a little bit. North Hobart have shown plenty of fight for a lot of the season, but I think just this young group coming through, they're only going to be better for the experience, aren't they, of senior footy?
Yeah, absolutely. That's 100% right.
You just see in front of us there this matchup between Brady Simpson and Dom White on the wing, closest side to us. That's going to be entertaining battle.
Yeah, absolutely. John White put in a lot of good work for the under-19s for the Tassie Devils NAB League so far this year, averaging 20 disposals, so I'm sure he'll be running up and down the wings very well today.
Looking forward to this game as Chris Kay, one of the brightest young umpiring talents in the state, raises the ball aloft, and we are just about underway at KG5. Ruck battle duties taken between Luke Brown and Elphinston. North Hobart kicking to the left-hand side of your screen. Get the first advancement, but it's Josh Arnold with the football for Glenorchy. Magpie skipper kicks the ball up to the wing, collected by Adam Roberts. Dishes the handball back to Arnold. He goes out wide and finds Harrison Gunther, who's unable to complete the mark, and it rolls out of bounds. Josh Arnold, a really key pillar in this Glenorchy outfit, isn't he, Harry?
That's right, and it's good to see Harrison Gunther starting down forward this week.
Yeah, looking forward to that matchup with Bailey Walker. Both had similar career trajectories the last couple of seasons, two of the brighter talents in the comp. Elphinston making his presence felt, laying the tackle. Travelling fans are calling for holding the ball, and that's what he gets. That's going to do his confidence the world of good, Harry.
Absolutely. Good fight work. That's what we've really wanted to see in the Devils so far this year, and good to see he's putting it out on display today. So
McCulloch was the target for North Hobart. He's unable to collect. There was Lee Feber unable to get the ball. So Magpies kick it back down the wing. Elphinston making his presence felt. A strong tackle early and now a good mark. He's starting this game in red hot form, is a late inclusion. He hoists the ball down the line in the McCulloch direction. He takes a strong grab as well. Good start here for the North Hobart Demons. McCulloch, a kick and a half from home. Dishes the handball out to Keegan Ryan, who didn't have his best entry inside 50. The ball chopped off by Ben Camrick. Camrick, dinky little ball into the back pocket. Finds Blowfield, rising star of this Glenorchy outfit. Magpies bring the ball out via the outer wing. Just see there, streaming inside 50. Matthew Joseph, he'll need to have an impact today if the Magpies are to get over the line. Callum Thompson. Kick in board to Camrick. Magpies just playing a little patiently at the moment. Cameron forced to hurry up. Kicks it out wide and finds his target. Magpies just trying to methodically move the ball down the line. Callan Daly with a really clean pick up beneath his knees. He kicks it inside 50, and Harrison Gunther, he dropped a mark a few moments ago, but he wasn't going to make a mistake there.
Yeah, that's right. Pretty good chance this one, 45 metres out. Not too much of an angle, but like his chances here, I reckon.
He's kind of becoming the ultimate swingman, Harry. I know I referenced to you a few times, an Adam Hunter-like, where he can play at centre-half forward and centre-half back. Of course, West Coast Premiership hero, and Harrison Gunther, he originally plied his trade as a forward, went back and became one of the stars of the comp, and has spent a lot of this year inside 50 as well, as he begins his approach, kicking the best part of 50 metres. Never quite looked like it was on line through for a minor score. That Callan Daly kick up at half forward, Harry, he looked electric there.
That's right. Got a bit more time inside last week, so it's good to see him back around the footy a lot.
So the kick in finds George McLeod. Little 1-2, gets it again, does McLeod. Dinky kick out wide, finds Jackson, but mark's not paid. Strong tackle laid by Braden Patterson. It's going to be an umpire's ball.
George McLeod's another one who's combined with Dom White well this year in the wings for the Tassie Devils, so it'd be good to see those two in action again together.
Handy inclusions for Clinton French's side, aren't they, Harry? You get those sorts of talents back in.
That's correct.
I was looking forward to seeing John Menzies play today, but obviously they're laid out. That's a bit of a blow, but I still think there's plenty of talent in this team we can look forward to seeing. Convincingly one down there by Luke Brown. Two ruckman late inclusions for their respective sides today, which is an interesting side note. Camrick potentially taken without the football. The umpire says play on as Arnold is the first back to the football. Getting tackled by a couple of demons, and it's going to be a North Hobart free kick. Jackson's kick inside 50 sets a bit of a task. A couple of players were just battling off the ball there in Dylan Ford. Umpire's whistle holding the football. And it's going to be a free kick going the way of the D's. So, looks like North Hobart have really brought the pressure early, Harry, and now they've got a good opportunity to hit the scoreboard.
That's right, they do. And who's with the shot? Is it Will Splan, is it?
I believe it is. He looks a bit sore and ginger after that contest as well. So yes, it will be Will Splan. You've seen a bit of his work so far in 2021, Harry?
Yeah, he's had a good season to date. Kicked a couple of bags of goals recently. Been compared to Jack Rewett by the likes of Kevin Sheehan of recent time. So hopefully today's a good day for Will.
I've got another question to ask you about Will in just a moment. As he begins his approach on goal, he's gone a long way back. Obviously confident in his routine. As he approaches the paint of 50, he'll be kicking the best part of 45 metres. Will Splan's kicks on the way, always missing to the right-hand side. I found it interesting, Harry, that I know coaches often do play a bit of ducks and drakes with their selections, but Will Splan named as an on-baller today. Did you see him spending much time in the middle of the ground, or do you see him really being that key forward inside 50?
No, look, I think he will apply his trade for the most part inside that forward 50. He can also be a bit of a swing man, a bit like a Harrison Gunther type, and apply his trade down back in a sort of centre-half back role. Does have the speed and agility to go inside, but I do reckon he'll spend most of his time in the forward 50 today.
So Glenorchy looking to go coast to coast. Kick and a half away from home. Dinky kick inside 50. In the end, Harrison Gunther led one way and the kick went the other, favouring Bailey Walker. Wearing the helmet for the D's, Bailey Walker. It's just going to pump the ball down the wing. McCullough's going to be the target. Will Splan, I should say, and he takes a really good mark in the end. There does Will Splan.
Very good player in the air as well.
Seems to have really sticky hands as well, almost Jackson Callow-like we've seen.
That's right, yeah.
Seasons.
Good to see Jackson Callow emergency today for Hawthorn.
So the Demons just stopping and propping at the moment. Jackson, dinky kick back to Splan, getting plenty of the football early. He kicks it back inside, just over the head of Gunther, but he did well just to apply a bit of pressure there to Harrison Gunther. Dylan Ford put under the pump, handball out wide, finds Will Splan. He dishes the handball further wide as the Demons look to manufacture something here. Running onto the football are the North Hobart Demons as Lee Febber just hooks the ball around the body inside 50. There's going to be a few players in pursuit. McCulloch dishes the handball out wide. The North Hobart players are lining up at the moment. Big ball to win in the goal square. North Hobart with the numbers, but Glenorchy applying the pressure, but in the end, a little too eagerly. High tackle, and North Hobart are going to hit the scoreboard with a gimme, I would have thought. So it's going to be going to Isaac Mathewson, son of former North Hobart Demon Darren Mathewson. Tucked in the pocket. Just needs to think his way through it here. Does Isaac in the end? Not his best effort through for a minor score. So North Hobart, they look to be willing to move the ball with hands up and down those wings at the moment, Harry. They're moving the ball quite quickly and creating some opportunities.
Yeah, so I think they're trying to catch the Glenorchy Magpies out here. Moving the ball quickly, like you said, but a bit more composure in front of goal might be handy here.
Blowfield brings the ball out for the Magpies. Brown sets himself, almost takes the grab, does the youngster. Handball over the top from Brady Simpson. It's going to favour the Demons, though, as the ball's launched inside 50 by Poke, taking the mark. Excellent work. I think that was Splan again.
That is Splan.
He's been in red-hot form, and he kicks the first goal of the afternoon. North Hobart, they're 1-2-8. The Magpies one behind. We've played almost 8 minutes in this opening term. And that handball, the hurried handball from Simpson, just didn't quite go the way he would have liked. Poke pounced on the football. A nice kick favouring Splan, running towards the goal square, and he's never going to make a mistake from there.
No, absolutely not. He'll be happy with that, get one away early, and he'll look to build on that for the rest of the day.
I'm thinking he's already had 5-6 disposals, Will Splan. He's been absolutely everywhere, and I think, like you described earlier, that work rate to push right up the ground, it's been on full display. Yeah,
100%. Getting a lot of disposals up around sort of the centre line there, then pushing back forward really quickly, catching them out in transition, which is good to see.
Back in the middle of the ground, Brown wins it down for the Magpies. Been impressed by the two ruckmen so far. Camrick just dished the handball out wide, but it's going to be the Demons going forward once again. Jackson and Leafheber are there for the red and the blue, but running the ball out of bounds will be Braden Patterson. Boundary throw in just outside the D's attacking 50. Get some couple of stats from you throughout the day, Harry. You know, you're keeping a close eye on the inside 50s. I'll get a number from you shortly as Brown wins the ball down for the Magpies, but again, North Hobart getting their hands on the football, out of bounds again, just working their way down the line with repeat stoppages of the D's. So we've got a number on inside 50s at the moment, Harry?
Yeah, that's the 6th inside 50 for North Hobart so far this quarter. Glenorchy have had just the 2, and in the stoppage count, it's 3 to North Hobart and 1 to Glenorchy.
Tell you what, strong start in commentary from you, Harry. Very strong debut. Ball's thrown back into play. Jackson, I think he might have pushed him in the back. The umpire agrees. So Luke Brown, he's felt after Logan Elphinston's opening minute, Brown might have been spooked, but I think he's been really good as well. Both late inclusions performing well, and he's going to have a 50-metre penalty here as well. I think it was infringing on the infringing through the man on the mark, I believe. Didn't actually see it myself, but the Magpies are going to bring the ball further afield.
That's right. Luke Brown, a really multi-skilled athlete, a promising young basketballer. Played a couple of games for the Hobart Charge this year in the NBL 1, so it's good to see him out here playing some senior footy today.
He was eager to get a move on there, but the umpires brought him back once again. He's got a handball option. The umpire now says play on, so the handball, loopy one over the top, finds Josh Whitford. Dishes another handball back inside as the Magpies go inside 50. Daly's going to be the target. He has a couple to beat, including Connor Smith. Umpire's whistle holding the football. It's going to go the way of Callan Daly. So whenever he's around the football, things do seem to happen, and he's got himself an opportunity here to have a look at goal. He was excellent earlier in setting up that Harrison Gunther shot, and now he's got an opportunity to hit the scoreboard himself.
That's it. Tough angle, this one. Looks like he's going with a drop punt, so we'll see how he goes.
Callan Daly on the way again. A strong smother there by Connor Smith. Just gets the handball over the top, but Glenorchy have the numbers. Whitford brings the ball inside 50 for the Pies. It hits the target. A beautiful kick, and Matthew Dilger takes a strong mark. He really just pierced his way through the attacking 50 there for the Magpies, and Dilger now has a strong look at goal himself. So only a slight angle for Matthew Dilger to deal with, kicking only from 25 metres out. Just squeezes home. I thought the umpire had to do a fair bit of work, but in the end it's through for a major score. The Pies are on the board for this afternoon. 1-1-7, trailing the Demons 1-8. 12 minutes into the opening term. How are you seeing the state of play at the moment, Harry?
No, I think it's a good contest. That goal, very handy for Glenorchy, just to keep them on level playing field with North Hobart here.
Back in the middle of the ground, Jackson competing in the ruck for North Hobart, but Brown again winning the hit out. Dinky little kick out in the direction of Brad Tilbury. Plenty of bodies around this football, and the umpire blows the whistle. Because the big challenge here for a player like Luke Brown is how he's going to go, essentially almost playing one out in the ruck against Jackson and Elphinston today. It's going to be a big job for him. Umpire's whistle, free kick going the way of North Hobart. Tom White, a little ginger, getting to his feet. So a couple of players presenting early, but decides just to kick it to the paint of 50. Will Splan just drops the mark at the last moment, does well to recover, hooks the ball inside 50, a couple of targets. The strong mark is taken by Joseph. Handball, he kicks into the other pocket, finds Don Brown. Don Brown cuts the angle. Magpies might just be out here. John Geard sets a bit of a task for Adam Roberts, and it rolls out of bounds for a throw in. So perhaps not the prettiest football exiting defensive 50 at the moment for the Magpies, Harry, but I think they are holding up pretty well with those inside 50 numbers. Where are they at the moment?
Glenorchy now had 4 inside 50 themselves, whereas North Hobart, they've had 7 now. I think it's just the re-entries. North Hobart keep getting it in there. Glenorchy, will bring it back out, but not all that cleanly, which does allow North Hobart the opportunity to get it back in, which they go inside again.
Yeah, via Jack Sandrick on that occasion. Glenorchy with the runners, kick out wide. This is a big ball to win. Directly in front of us here on the KG5 wing. Really nice work there by Tyler McGuinness, another player with Devils experience. There he goes to Hugh Williams. Hugh Williams of the senior variety. Out wide to Callum Kilpatrick, vice captain of this North Hobart outfit. He decides to have a bit of dash off half back. Back into the middle, finds Hugh Williams again, former skipper. The handballs to Tyler McGuinness with a piercing ball, but in the end, straight down the throat of Matthew Joseph. Has a runner there in Camrick. Camrick's kick goes back to the Demons in Hugh Williams, and at the moment it's just a bit of back and forth between the arcs. Here the D's might have an opportunity though. Caswell kicks to Dom White. Handball back over the top. Couple of runners there. Keegan Ryan involved for North Hobart. Arnold comes through and pushes the ball out of bounds for a throw in. So North Hobart clearly not afraid to change the angles up and take those kicks into the middle of the ground. It's a nice attacking style of play that they're trying to put together at the moment.
That's
some
right,
positive footy.
Yeah, using those short 45 kicks, switching the ball, but also lifting up by hand quite well, like you said earlier. They're really using some fast ball movement and trying to catch Glenorchy out here.
Sandrick competing in the ruck on that occasion. High up and under there for the Magpies. Jackson with a big ball to win, unable to quite complete the mark. Leifeber, handballs out wide. Kick into the Will Splan direction, who takes it on the chest. 25 metres out, directly in front. Will Splan started this game really well. Working hard up and down the ground, and he's got an opportunity to have a look at his second goal of the afternoon. Former Lindisfarne junior, I believe.
I do believe that's
Will
right,
Splan.
yeah.
Seen him play a couple of times this year, and he certainly looks like an exciting prospect, but hopefully for his sake, 2 goals in the opening quarter would do his confidence the world of good as he begins his approach now. As I said, 30 metres out, directly in front, makes no mistake, does Will Splan. And the Demons, a positive start. They move to 2-2-14. Glenorchy 1-1-7.
Really good start by Will Splan, a player who idolises Oscar Allen in the AFL, a big West Coast supporter he is. So it's good to see that he is having a really good day so far today.
Will Splan, he may have been one of the early early players to fill out one of those Tasmania Devils player profiles, I believe, Harry. Is that correct?
He was in fact the first, that's right. Recently had Bain and Lowe, and Devonport boy complete his on the weekend, and looking to have some North representation next week.
So we're looking to Tasmania Devils social media accounts to find out more about Will Spland. Is that where we're going?
That's right, find it at Tasmanian Devils.
Love that from you. Back in the middle of the ground. Competing in the ruck on that occasion was Josh Meredith for the Magpies. Elphinston just sells a bit of candy and gets around one or two. Caswell goes back to Williams, who's playing the quarterback role at the moment. Will Spland with a huge leap. Unable to take the mark. McCulloch, his handball only goes as far as the Glenorchy opponent. Got some elevation there, did Spland. Dilger now out for a run for the Magpies. Kicks the ball inside 50. Callan Daly makes defenders sweat in these situations. Getting over the top, a really nice punch by Tyler McGuinness. But the Demons are out of danger now as Dilger runs into goal. Nice smother laid by the North Hobart player. And Isaac Mathewson, really good work from him. Seen a couple of good smothers early in this contest and thought on 2 or 3 occasions there the Magpies are out. But full credit to North Hobart, sticking with their defensive pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. Smother's a really good metric as well to see how switched on the boys are, and it's good to see quite a few Smothers today showing the pressure's really up today.
Big ball to win here. Centre wing. The umpire decides that need to get involved. Ball up. Just favouring the Glenorchy side of centre wing. Competing in the ruck there is Meredith. Glenorchy with the numbers. Daniel Joseph provides a bit of dash, kicks towards half forward in the Gunther direction. Bailey Walker does well not to give away a free kick. North Hobart with the numbers, kick inside. A really nice ball to Elphinston. He finds a runner through White. His kick just over the top of Will Spland. Glenorchy with the numbers, working hard. It's Ben Camrick. He's got a couple of options there, decides just to take them on himself. Goes over the top to Blowfield. Back into Chris Howard. Inclusion for this afternoon. Glenorchy methodically moving their way down the wing through hands in the end. Bit of a wasted kick, but they might not be out of danger here are the Demons. A hurried kick along the ground, and Callan Daly is going to lead the foot race, unable to take the ball cleanly. He does on the second attempt, a loopy handball over the top. A big opportunity now for the Magpies. A shot's on goal. Through for a minor score. So Callan Daly making things happen inside 50. North Hobart quick to repel, but not a great kick. Straight down the throat of Nick Rybelt, who in turn goes straight down the throat of Jack Sandrick. Sandrick, ship kick to Tyler McGuinness. McGuinness out wide. Finds Dominic White. Kicks back inboard to Tyler McGuinness. Short kick from McGuinness, puts Caswell onto the pump a little bit, but he thinks his way through, dishes the handball out. The numbers are there for North Hobart. Bailey Walker under the pump, courtesy of some Harrison Gunther pressure. White, little 1-2. Hoist the ball up to half forward in the end with the sit. It's Chris Howard for the Glenorchy Magpies, takes the mark. Sets a bit of a task for his teammate. Strong tackle laid by Keegan Ryan. Numbers are here though for Glenorchy as they look to pierce their way through the middle of the ground. Big 50-50 ball. North Hobart with the numbers in the end. The handball ends up back with Callum Kilpatrick, who just chips the ball over the top to Brad Tilbury. Back to Callum Kilpatrick. A trusty left boot as he drives the ball inside 50. Chris Howard has the sit and takes a strong mark. Back in defence. Howard goes back inboard to John Geard. Loyal servant of the Magpies for a number of years now. Over to Isaac Manson. He finds Matthew Joseph. And that shot on goal a little while ago. Joseph just runs himself into a little bit of trouble. Has some players there in support as Joseph gets it once again. Harrison Gunther just worked off the football and a good mark taken by Bailey Walker. At the moment it almost feels like a bit of circle work, Harry, with both the teams just chipping the ball to each other, but some nice defensive pressure there from the Glenorchy forward line, and Callan Daly takes the mark in the left forward pocket. And he's got an opportunity to hit the scoreboard. That's really what this game needed, I think, Harry, just that clean mark inside 50 and a shot at goal. The last 3-4 minutes it's really been just going back and forth between the two teams. Get your thoughts on that in just a moment as Callan Daly has a look at goal, makes no mistake. The Magpies, they level things up here at KG5. We've played just about 22 minutes in the opening term, and it's 2-2-14 apiece.
That's right, all even here. Good contest at the moment. That opportunity to have a set shot there really allowed some composure. The players to reset, get their thoughts, and look to go ahead for the rest of the quarter.
I feel like it's plenty of really positive football. It's just been that skill execution that's let the two teams down so far today. And credit to Glenorchy, they looked to be in a bit of trouble 6-7 minutes ago after that second Bulls playing goal, but they've been able to have a couple of looks and have levelled things up. Quite a still day, it must be said, at KG5. Usually there's quite a blustery breeze favouring one end of the ground, but at the moment it's a slight breeze in the air. But all in all, I don't think there's one favouring either end, as Elphinston palms it straight down the throat of Sandrick, who shrugs the tackle. Looks to kick the ball in the Leaf Heber direction. Tilbury comes through for the Demons. Kicking the ball inside 50 is George McLeod here for North Hobart. It's going to be a foot race. Leading that race is McCulloch, who's taken down in the Arnold tackle, kicks it over his head and through for a goal. Jack McCulloch. They're the sort of party tricks you usually see from the small forwards, but the big man has just used his strength to kick the ball over his head, and might have been inspired by the start of the Premier League season overnight. Harry, I'm not too sure. An excellent finish from Jack McCulloch, and the Demons have an immediate response.
Absolutely, a really good goal by the Big Sid, as he likes to be known as. Promising young cricketer as well with Jack McCulloch, but it's good to see he's out here playing some footy and kicking some pretty special goals, it must be said.
I feel like he'd probably have a little bit of swagger walking into the quarter-time break after a goal like that. That's a fantastic effort. It was a great tackle by Josh Arnold, it must be said as well, but in the end, McCulloch able to just think his way through it. Gun through the middle of the ground up against Sandrick. How do the Magpies respond? Hurry kick out wide. Sits nicely for Finn Polk, who kicks the ball inside 50 in the Will Splan direction. Unable to take the mark. Strong tackle laid by Jack McCulloch. He's having a good couple of moments, Harry Bomford, as we tick over 24 minutes in this opening term. The Demons with a 1-goal advantage. Ball's thrown up. Jackson competing up against Brown. Brown won it down. Caswell, handball out to Leif Heber. Leif Heber thinks his way through. Back to Jack McCulloch. There's a hurried kick at goal. He was under the pump. It's on the way, though. Jack McCulloch, I think it was touched off the boot. He's having a good couple of moments, but that one's through for a minor score. The Demons' advantage stretches out to 7 points. Strong mark taken by Chris Howard at half-back. He's got plenty of players presenting for the football. He opts just to chip it down the line. Elphinston over the top, almost took his teammate out in Tyler McGuinness, but in the end it's over and out for a boundary throw-in. Broadcast side directly in front of us at KG5. We'll get you to keep an eye on this throughout the afternoon, Harry, but I have seen Riley Oakley seem to go to Jack Sandrick at every stoppage. We'll see if that's a potential tagging job on the North Hobart start. Brown wins that ball down. Camrick was in pursuit, but in the end, Bailey Walker gets boot to ball. Big collision there by a couple of players as Brown's kick only goes as far as Sandrick. Handball out wide, and here's an opportunity as John O'Pullen kicks the ball inside 50 for North Hobart, but the mark's taken by the Glenorchy defender in Blowfield. Goes to Gunther. Gunther kicks it out wide to Josh Whitford. Whitford, nice chipping ball to Matthew Joseph. He's got Josh Arnold on really short. Opts to ignore that. This is Joseph. He goes further down the line, just losing his footing at the crucial moment was Roberts. It lets in Callum Kilpatrick, who goes back to Keegan Ryan. Ryan's kick right near the boundary line. Hugh Williams unable to take it on the second grab, over and out for another boundary throw in. 7 points of difference late in this opening term. Give you a couple of score updates at quarter time. Well, actually, later on in the game. This is, of course, the early game this afternoon. As the siren sounds, an entertaining opening term. North Hobart 3-3-21. Lead Glenorchy 2-2-14. That late goal to Jack McCulloch, giving the Demons the advantage at the opening break. Harry Bomford, have you got the goal kickers for us?
I do. So for North Hobart, we've got Will Splan kicking 2 goals and Jack McCulloch with that 1 goal. And for Glenorchy, Callan Daly's kicked 1 and Matthew Dilger has also kicked 1.
So quarter time, the visitors having 7-point advantage. Just before we take a quick break, Harry, going to run through the stats that you've been taking throughout the afternoon when it comes to the inside 50s?
Yeah, for sure. So for inside 50s, North Hobart have had 15 inside 50s, which is quite a decent total after just 1 quarter, to Glenorchy's 9. And in terms of the stoppage count, Glenorchy are 4, North Hobart are 9. So there's a +5 to North Hobart in the clearances, which you can see out there. They are pretty dominant around the ball at the moment, but Glenorchy are working their way back into it.
So 7-point advantage favouring the visitors at quarter time. We'll take a quick break and bring the second quarter action to you shortly. Second quarter about to get underway here at KG5. It's the Demons leading 3-3-21 to the Magpies 2-2-14. Battle between 6th and 7th, but these are two proud football clubs looking to finish season 2021 with a bang in the penultimate round of the season. To resume proceedings here at KG5. Elphinston wins the ball down. George McLeod was first to the football. Ball in dispute at the moment as Brown's handball finds his teammate Glenorchy with the first inside 50 of the quarter. Gunther over the top, unable to take the mark. Roberts, a loopy handball in the end, over the top of everyone. Sam Caswell takes a bounce. He's going to have to get a move on quickly. Josh Arnold leading all comers to the ball and takes Leif Heber out afterwards as well. It's going to be umpire's ball centre wing. Josh Arnold, a real standout in this Glenorchy outfit, Harry, and I think he's had another strong season this year as well. Brown, as far as McLeod, White I should say. Caswell's kick intercepted by Blowfield. He kicks straight back down the throat of Tyler McGuinness. Dinky kick from McGuinness in to Keegan Ryan. Ryan chips the ball into the middle of the ground. It was a brave kick and a good one in the end. Finds John O'Pullen. He has a runner. As North Hobart move the ball almost inside 50. Jack McCulloch, his kick only down the throat of John Geard. And a little bit of rinse and repeat at the moment. The two sides moving the ball well, but just struggling to hit that last target. Brown down the line, only as far as Tyler McGuinness, who's starting to really get involved in the game. Brown with another quick kick inside 50. Down the line. Rolls out of bounds for another throw in.
I think that's the pleasing thing about Tyler McGuinness this year. He's really got his hands on the footy quite a lot this year, especially in the NAB League for the Tassie Devils. Had multiple games up around that 24-25 disposal mark, which is good to see for someone who's 190 centimetres or so, a key defender. So when they get their hands on the footy, it is a really positive sign.
Ball's thrown back into play. North Hobart with the numbers as they just hoist the ball down the line. Great mark taken by Jack McCulloch. He's really started well. Not his best kick. Arnold unable to complete the mark. In pursuit there is John O'Pullen. In the end, out of bounds for a throw in. So McCulloch would be full of confidence after that sensational goal over his head in the opening term. So a couple of big tackles, taking a couple of really strong marks as well.
That's right. His aerial work has been very noticeable. He's really jumping for the footy, which is what you want to see.
Ball thrown back into play. Brown competing for Glenorchy. It's going to be another stoppage in the exact same spot. Beautiful day here at KG5. Good day for football as the ball's thrown back up once again. Brown, who is really doing well in the hit-out stakes. Just a little too hot there for Luke Nicholson. Nice work by Daniel Joseph. Loopy handball out wide. Back in to Daniel Joseph, who's gang tackled by two Demons. Good pressure shown by both sides as players just take their time getting off the ground. A couple of others come in for reinforcements as well, but it's going to be a stoppage on the wing.
Plenty of passion out there today. There's a free kick going the way of North Hobart here.
So, ball's taken there by Brad Tilbury. Short kick as the Demons look to bring the ball inside 50. Couple of players fly. Glenorchy with some nice pressure, but in the end, holding the football. I thought it could have gone either way, but Glenorchy are rewarded. Josh Arnold, and it's going to be a 50-metre penalty. Jack McCulloch unable to quite get out of the protected zone. And here's an opportunity for Glenorchy. Arnold right in the middle of KG5. Drives the ball inside 50. Getting back is Hugh Williams in the way of Callan Daly. Takes a strong grab as the former captain. Williams quick to get a move on. Just over the top with his target. Rolls out of bounds for a throw in. Of course, two other big games happening this afternoon in the TSL. Clarence hosting the ladder-leading Blues at Glunston Arena, and the Tigers hosting North Launceston at the Twin Ovals. We'll give you a few score updates later on in the game. Those two matches have just gotten underway at 2 o'clock, so we'll give you a couple of updates throughout the afternoon. Two big games with finals ramifications as Sandrick takes the ball from the stoppage, kicks the ball down the line. First back is Daniel Joseph. The Demons applying some pressure here. Will Splan into the contest, dances around one, hurried kick around the corner. In the end, the mark's taken by Joseph. Glenorchy is looking a little shaky in defence. Held up fairly well to this point. Adam Roberts is the target, but a really nice punch over the line by Connor Smith for a throw in just between the two interchange benches. Ball thrown into play. Jackson moved Brown out of the way, but neither ruckman able to get the ball in the end. Strong tackle laid. It's going to be another stoppage. Umpire Chris Kay with ball in hand. Throws the ball up. Jackson taps it down the throat of Keegan Ryan, I should say. He links up with Mathewson. The ball's now inside 50 for the Demons. Howard competing well for Glenorchy. Got the ball to ground. It's going to be ball up right on the paint of 50. Now, if this ball's in the air and is tapped inside 50, Harry, are you going to count that as an inside 50? In the end, it doesn't matter, but I'm intrigued to get your thoughts on that, being the statistician you are. Sandrick chips the ball back in the direction of Ford. It may have been taken high. The other players think it might have been holding the football. In the end, Chris Kay splits the difference and will take the ball himself. Get your thoughts on that inside 50 conundrum in a moment. As Brown wins the ball down. Nice work there by Thompson. Links up with Camrick down the line. Punch there from Matthew Dilger. Walker links up with McGuinness. McGuinness's kick sets a bit of a task, but some nice work there by Dylan Ford. Bit of a karate kick in the air just to make sure he kept the ball in play as he chips the ball inside 50. Really good body work there by Jack McCulloch, who's having some sort of game. Umpire's whistle, holding free kick. It's going to go the way of the Demons. Quickly, Dom White took the advantage, and he'd like that moment again, I think, Harry.
Yeah, he would. He's kicked a couple of nice goals this year for the Tassie Devils, but that one there, not one of his finest moments.
So, Glenorchy, they're let off big time. It was a good opportunity for the initial goal, and then obviously the holding whistle that White took advantage of. But in the end, we'll get another opportunity here as McGuinness takes a good grab, kicks the ball in the McCulloch direction, but Chris Howard, really nice work by Howard. Strong grab, dishes the ball out to Riley Oakley. He kicks in the Callan Daly direction. Could this be a classic 12-point turnaround here? Daly dances around one, has the composure to find a teammate in Matthew Dilger. He's already kicked one goal for the afternoon. And he'll now have a look at his second for the day. And this one, it could hurt the Demons after that missed opportunity, Harry. It's going to be a big kick, though, from Dilger. Going to have to kick the best part of 45 metres. Crosses the paint of 50 now. Kicks on the way, and it never really looked like it. Out of bounds on the full. So Glenorchy, 2-2-14. Trail the Demons 3-4-22. Almost 9 minutes into this second quarter. Kilpatrick and Jackson with the 1-2. Down the line to Don White. Don White just assesses his options. Decides down the line in the direction of Tilbury was the way to go. Tilbury sets a bit of a task for Dylan Ford, but he's well and truly up to it. Ford, quick to play on, runs himself in a bit of trouble. In the end, the hurried handball only goes as far as Brady Simpson. Daniel Joseph shrugs the white tackle, gives it to Brown. He gives it to Arnold, who gives it back to Joseph. Just working in a little telephone box there with the Magpies. Callum Kilpatrick pounces on the football and kicks it right to 50. Will Splan, the North Hobart fans think it was a push in the back, but Bailey Walker burns them. Gets the handball out to Will Splan. Shot on goal. It's through.
Very impressive there by Will Splan. Thought he might have just got himself a free kick there with that marking contest. Nonetheless, though, followed up, kicked the goal. Very good play by Will Splan.
Yeah, the North Hobart fans were adamant that it was a push in the back, and I guess in our commentary position here at North Hobart, the North Hobart fans, the visiting fans are always closest, so we do get their shout strictly in our ears, and they were adamant that was a free kick, but in the end, it doesn't matter. Will Splan, he kicks his third goal. Really impressive stuff from him. He's got 3 of North Hobart's 4. And suddenly, the Demons are out by 14 points. So we come back into the middle of the ground. Jackson and Brown to resume their battle in the ruck. Brown decisively down to Roberts, who came off half forward. He goes to Camrick. Camrick to Brady Simpson, who just chips the ball inside 50. Bailey Walker pushed off the ball by Harrison Gunther, who kicks it to a really dangerous spot. Dilger's going to be the target, but Hugh Williams takes the grab in the end. Williams just looking to find the best option. Decides to kick it to the outer side. Leifheber's going to come in for support. Unable to take the mark, but does have the composure to find the football. North Hobart linking up with a couple of handballs as they pump the ball down the line in the Tilbury direction. He's unable to capture the ball as Josh Arnold swoops on it. Kicks it back to half forward. Roberts slips over. Set a bit of a task now as he chips the ball inside 50. Callan Daly was the target. McGuinness swoops on the loose footy. He's looking for a runner. Found Jackson. Handballs over the top to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick finds Leifheber. The Demons look to bring the ball down the line. You can see all but 2 players are inside the one half of the ground at the moment. As Sandrick just shoves his opponent off the football. In the end, he was nowhere near the marking vicinity. Glenorchy with the numbers at the back of the pack. Rybelt unable to capture the ball under his spell. Camrick out the back for Glenorchy. A high up and under. That's a really high up and under. Leifheber was there for North Hobart, as to Josh Whitford for Glenorchy. Neither player able to take the ball, but that's a strong tackle, and the umpire's going to reward it with a free kick. So North Hobart bringing the heat in this second quarter. Really nice work there by Sam Caswell. Chips the ball out wide to Poke. He pokes it back to Caswell. He goes to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick with another chipping ball. Dangerous kick here, but in the end it works out well. Brad Young. He goes back to McGuinness. So a bit of possession football here for North Hobart as they look to launch on this broadcast side. Ryan drives the ball inside 50. In the end, so it's a bit of a task for Will Splan. Rolls out of bounds for a throw in. So that's a bit of a different aspect to this North Hobart game, Harry. We haven't seen a lot of that sort of chip kick across half back before launching. A lot of it's been a bit of a run and gun slingshot off half back, but they just showed a bit of a different aspect there.
Yeah, that's right. Good to see they can go between fast play, slow play, build their scoring chances from the back half, forward half. They're showing a lot today, which is really good to see.
Ball's thrown back into play. McGuinness competing with his fellow 17 and Chris Howard. Kilpatrick dives on the football and takes the mark. Looks like he's almost going to back himself here, Callan Kilpatrick. He's come on in leaps and bounds in recent seasons. So in the end, he is going to back himself in. So he's going to have to kick from outside 50.
Tough ask, this.
It's going to be a big kick. You're right, Harry. As Kilpatrick begins his approach. Getting onto that left boot, just uses the standing on the mark rule to get a bit of extra distance, but it's through for a minor score. That little bit of distance probably just worried him out of it in the end. So Glenorchy bring the ball back into play, courtesy of Josh Arnold. Arnold gets the ball back once again. Drives it outside defensive 50, out of bounds. It's going to be a free kick going the way of the D's. North Hobart are the number 1 team in the comp for rebound 50s, Harry. I think a lot of that's due to this defensive pressure they've been put under for a lot of the season with such an inexperienced side, but they do find a way to bring the ball out of defence. They might have to do that in just a moment as Glenorchy advance the ball inside 50. Callan Daly's going to be first to the football. He has a player screaming in there, and Harrison Gunther, who Daly finds comfortably. Excellent work there by the Glenorchy Magpies. Swooped on the football and just used their pace to go coast to coast, and Harrison Gunther with a great opportunity at the scoreboard.
That's right, yeah, some really quick transition there from Glenorchy once they broke around that stoppage area, around their back 50. They really brought the ball forward with some good pace there.
So Harrison Gunther, a leader in this Glenorchy side, was close to goal, but it was a difficult angle. In the end, he made no mistake. Through for a goal. Glenorchy have their third of the afternoon. They've got one goal apiece in this second quarter. The Magpies 3-2-20, trail the Demons 4-5-29, and I suppose that's really the goal that Glenorchy in this game probably needed after a few minutes of, play between the arcs.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of a couple of key stats, Glenorchy are matching North Hobart this quarter. Stoppage count, it's equal, it's 5-5, and inside 50 count, North Hobart are 7 to Glenorchy's 6. So breaking even, very much so, Glenorchy here. So another goal here would be very handy for the Magpies.
Back in the middle of KG5, and Glenorchy look to move the ball inside 50 again. Mark taken by Brady Simpson. Drives the ball inside 50, but straight down the throat of Tyler McGuinness. McGuinness looks to kick the ball out to Caswell. Caswell had the runner there in White. White forced to have a hurried kick down the line in the end. The Glenorchy player unable to take the ball in Blowfield, but it's going to be a free kick after he was shoved without the footy off the ball. So Lee Feber, the player who infringed. Blowfield, who a bit of a revelation in season 2021. He's polled really well in the Cripps Media Player of the Year award. Rybelt. Nice work on the mark there by Kilpatrick. Tilbury. Back to Kilpatrick. On the right side for the left footer as he drives the ball inside 50. McCulloch is going to be the target. Splan's there as well. The Glenorchy defence with a few questions to answer. In the end, out of bounds for a throw in. So if you look at the average for kicks in the comp, Harry, Josh Arnold, number 1, Ben Camrick, number 2, and Daniel Joseph, number 10 in the competition. So those prime movers and the experienced heads of Glenorchy still finding plenty of the football in this season, despite the team perhaps not having the success they would have liked.
Yeah, absolutely. And Josh Arnold averaging a whopping 24 kicks a game, which is a very high number.
Hurried kick inside 50 for the D's. Another repeat entry that you discussed earlier. Howard, handball over the top, and just a barrel out of defence for the Magpies. Straight down the throat of McGuinness, who, without having the stats in front of us, I reckon that's his 4th or 5th intercept mark for the game. He finds Isaac Mathewson, who in turn finds George McLeod. A kick inside 50, almost in the direction of Splan, just over his head. Daniel Joseph, who we just discussed, handballs it back. Glenorchy quickly bring the ball out of defence. Sitting under it, nice mark taken by Keegan Ryan, uncontested in the end. Ryan chips it inboard to McGuinness, who's really having a good couple of minutes here. He goes in the McCulloch direction, who just unable to take the mark at the last moment. It's going to be holding the football. Free kick going the way of the Magpies. Nice defensive pressure there from the hosts. Rybelt to take the ball. The back pocket. There's a few players working for him. In the end, he decides the best option is to go short to Josh Whitford. Whitford finds his teammate Nicholson, who's just come off the bench. Nicholson goes short to Gunther. Josh Arnold shouting direction from the bench. As Gunther chips the ball in the direction of Brown, who takes it on the second grab. A really nice grab from Brown. Really impressed by his game so far. So he kicks the ball in the direction of Meredith, who's unable to take the mark. Jack Sandrick gets back and across, and Sandrick looks to switch the play. Nice work to find Dom White. The Demons will look to move this ball quickly. White up and under kick. just slows things down as Mathewson takes the football back inside to Sandrick. What's he got on offer? In the end, he unable to find any of his teammates. The ball marked by Nathan Blofield. He goes out wide in the direction of Brady Simpson. Simpson with a bit of a task. In the end, the North Hobart players come in for reinforcements. A stoppage on the outer wing.
Brady Simpson there has been a good player this year for the Tassie Devils in the few games that he's played. Had a good taste in that league footy and hasn't looked out of place, to be honest, and it's good to see him out here today, really digging in and going for some hardball.
Brown, handball out in the direction of Geared. Geared back in with Sandra, a couple of balls going head to head. Have another stoppage here. Ball goes back into the hands of Chris Kay. So I suppose for those that haven't seen many Devils games this year, Harry, what sort of role would Brady Simpson play in the Devils setup?
He's been in our back six, so whether it's in the full back line, in the back pocket sort of position, even a half-back role, has had a taste through the midfield, more or less on the wing, but down back he's applied his trade for the most part.
John Geared launches the ball inside 50, last line of defence. Keegan Ryan gets his hands on the footy through for a minor score. So we've seen him, TSL level, Harry, seems to play quite a bit of football as a wingman almost, a bit of a half-back flanker. So do you see that, as you just mentioned before, going in for the hard ball, do you see that role in the middle as something you might want to do more of moving forward? Yeah,
absolutely, yeah. He's still only young, especially playing at the under-19 level. He's still young, so I'm sure he would be looking to progress his career and, jump into the midfield at some stage.
So Sandrick's barrel found Will Splan, who kicks the ball inside 50, a big ball to win. White came in at the last moment. Glenorchy under a lot of pressure there in the back pocket. The North Hobart players call for deliberate, but the umpire says a throw in. So again, quick transition play. 3-3-21, Glenorchy trailing North Hobart 4-5-29. Almost 22 minutes into the second term as the ball's thrown back into play. McCulloch competing against Brown. Isaac Manson gets the kick out. Don White is going to be the first player to the football, but it's just out of bounds for a throw in. An ambitious call from White to say that was deliberate, but in the end the umpire says Manson's been given the benefit of the doubt. So the ball's thrown in just outside the attacking 50 for the D's. Jackson wins the ball down. White at the back of the pack, starting to really get his hands on the football in the second quarter. Scurried ball inside 50. Tilbury was at the back, but the umpire's whistle. It's going to be a free kick going the way of the North Hobart Football Club. And that is going to be 50 metres. The ball wasn't brought back on the full. And that is going to have Paul Kennedy tearing his hair out late in the second quarter, Harry Bomford.
That's right, Jack McCulloch it is, and he's had a good day so far. So this will top his half off very nicely as he sends it through.
Easiest of goals for Jack McCulloch, and that one sings the Glenorchy Magpies. They now trail 5-5-35 to 3-3-21. McCulloch, he has 2 goals for the afternoon, and those 5 goals for the Demons coming from just 2 players, Harry.
That's right, yeah. Jack McCulloch with 2, like you said, and Will Splan kicking the other 3. So not too much of a mixture, but these 2 have been dominant players in this first half.
So just some nil discipline there from Glenorchy. Will certainly frustrate Captain Josh Arnold and coach Paul Kennedy. Let's see how they respond late in the second quarter. 14-point deficit. It was 7 points at the opening break. It's Brown. Nice little tap there in the direction of Camrick, who competes with Caswell. Might get a clearance number from you in a moment, Harry, as the ball's thrown back out. Jackson kept his footing. Brown lost his. Jackson in the end laying the tackle. Another stoppage inside the centre circle. What's that clearance number at the moment?
Yeah, so Glenorchy have actually had some stoppage ascendancy so far this quarter. They're +3. They're 8 to North Hobart's 5. Just their work post-clearance is where that's probably letting them down a bit.
Hurried kick there by McGuinness. Another stoppage inside the centre square. Rinse and repeat at the moment. So Glenorchy look to respond. Umpire throws it up once more. Caswell first to the football. Bouncing ball towards half forward. Leafheber swoops on the footy, drives it inside 50 in the Splan direction. Unable to take the mark, but McCulloch breaks through a tackle. throw for a minor score. Just seems to make things happen at the moment. This is Jack McCulloch.
He does. Could have very nearly had his third there to be on equal terms with Will Splam, but nonetheless kicks the point and he'll look to go again here.
White, competing at ground level for the D's. Glenorchy with plenty of numbers around this stoppage. The umpire says it will be his ball. Just love the way McCulloch just broke through at speed there, Harry. He's got quite a few aspects to his game that are very exciting. Jackson, another inside 50 for North Hobart. We'll grab that number from you shortly, as well as a couple of North Hobart players made the strong tackle. The ball just dribbled out into free play. The umpire says that he'll take it. What is that inside 50 number?
Yeah, so North Hobart had 15 to Glenorchy's just 8 inside 50. So even though Glenorchy are winning that clearance count, the inside 50 count is heavily in North Hobart's favour.
Sandrick's kick only goes as far as Daniel Joseph. He chips it out to Nick Rybelt. Rybelt's kick to Nicholson. Nicholson finds a teammate here in Whitford, and the Magpies are out here as Whitford kicks it inside 50. Callan Daly almost just went down with the one arm trying to swoop it up himself. Unable to collect it on the first time. He does on the second. Callan Daly. Lovely goal on the run, and Glenorchy get the response they were after. Little Callan Daly special. The Magpies 4-3-27. Trail North Hobart 5-6-36, and it's probably the reward for effort that Glenorchy deserved in this second quarter. Harry Bumford.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see Callan Daly kicking his second goal. A real class player he is, and it's good to see him getting a lot of the footy, especially inside the forward 50. Said earlier that he's played a bit more time through the middle, but in the forward 50 has been dominant so far. As the wind picks up here at KG5 Oval.
I'm a little concerned about your little salad roll being swept off the bench there, Harry. I didn't mention before it was quite a still day, but that breeze has certainly picked up as Brown decisively knocks that ball out of the opening stoppage. Arnold wrapped up in the tackle. It's going to be just on the edge of the square. A ball up as the siren sounds for half-time here at KG5. Glenorchy 4-3-27. Trail the Demons 5-6-36. That late goal to Callan Daly just breathing a bit of life into the Glenorchy outfit as they head into the sheds for half-time. Harry, can you provide us with the goal kickers from the opening half?
Yeah, for sure. So Callan Daly kicked 2, like we said, with Harrison Gunther with just 1 and Matthew Dilger with 1 also. And then for North Hobart, we have Jack McCulloch with 2, could have very nearly been 3, and Will Splant with 3 to his name at first half.
So half-time here at KG5. Glenorchy, as I just mentioned, 4-3-27, trailing the Demons 5-6-36. Just before we go to a break, Harry Bomford, who are a couple of the players that have stood out to you so far?
For North Hobart, Will Splan been dominant. 3 goals to his name, been very impressive. Sam Caswell been running and carry, playing very well as well for North Hobart. And then for Glenorchy, Callan Daly has been good with 2 goals to his name. And also has Luke Brown actually been really impressed me in the ruck. His disposal is not quite delivering at the moment, but in terms of his actual aerial work and work at the hit-outs, he's very impressive.
I've really enjoyed that ruck battle, actually, Harry. I think Logan Elphinson's first 2, 3, 5 minutes were absolutely exceptional. He probably has faded out a little bit, but Brown, as another late inclusion, has been excellent for Glenorchy, and I think he's going to be an exciting prospect for them moving forward. I suppose that we've touched on a few times throughout the afternoon. It's probably been just that disposal inside 50 that's let the two teams down. Is that how you've seen it so far?
Yeah, 100%. A bit more composure inside 50. I think decision-making as well, not quite picking the right targets, and then execution as well. But it's a good contest so far.
Certainly an entertaining game here at KG5. We'll take a quick break here from the commentary box, and we'll bring the second half action to you shortly. Welcome back to KG5. The players just starting to get into their positions now. Glenorchy a little late out of the change rooms to get prepared for this second half. You just see the North Hobart players making their way to the bench to begin the second half proceedings. It's the Magpies trailing 4-3-27 to the Demons 5-6-36. This is the first game of round 20 of the 2021 TSL season. Two other big games happening around the state. Two big games with serious finals implications, with Clarence hosting the Blues at Blunston Arena and the Tigers playing host to North Launceston at the Twin Ovals. Harry, have you got some score updates for us from around the grounds?
Yeah, I do. So at Blunston Arena, it's Clarence 45, leading Launceston, who are 30, and then down the Twin Ovals, Tigers 11 to North Launceston's 33.
That's big. So we saw the Tigers get over the line against Clarence last week, and really if the Blues go down to the Roos today, that would probably spell the end of the Tigers' top three hopes and the hopes of a home final in week one. So we'll give you a couple of updates throughout the afternoon from those games. But here at KG5, we have an intriguing contest on our hands. 9 points the difference in favour of the visitors. So umpire raises the ball aloft to get things underway for the second half. It's going to be Elphinston and Brown resuming their battle in the ruck. Elphinston wins it down on this occasion. Kilpatrick is the player emerging with the football. Pullen has been thrown in the middle. Splant over the top, unable to take the mark. It's going to be a stoppage inside, attacking 50. So having a look here, just assessing a couple of the matchups around the ground. Keep an eye on those as this second half gets underway. Looks like Gunther's having a spell on the ball at the moment. He's wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire will take the ball back. Hank Smith staying on Callan-Daly at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that one. Daly's goal late in the opening half, breathing a bit of life into this Magpies side. Howard's handball finds Camrick, who bursts away. Not his tidiest kick, and it's one bounce over the line for a throw-in.
Not what I think is the natural position for Sam Banks-Smith, playing deep in the back line there. Normally applies his trade through the midfield or in the forward line. So seeing him down back is interesting, but hopefully it's a good second half.
Yeah, a few tougher assignments than playing on Callan-Daly. He's one of the premier small forwards in the state, has been for a number of years, so good experience for him playing on a guy like Callan-Daly. Kilpatrick lost the football, got it again, and McGuinness's handball over the top is taken by McLeod, who takes the ball over the line for a throw-in. Have you seen George McLeod's 2021, Harry?
He's been good when he's played for the Devils. He's averaged quite a few disposals, getting his hands on the footy a lot, a good outlet. With John White often pairing on those wings, he goes well.
Ball thrown back into play. Brown with the double-handed tap in the direction of Geared. Geared links up with Rybelt. Rybelt to Gunther, who only goes as far as Ford, who hurries the kick inside 50. It's a bouncing football here. The Glenorchy defence under the pump. Linking up there with Joseph and Patterson. It's going to be advantage paid as Rybelt advances out of defensive 50. Kicks it out wide in the direction of Matthew Dilger. Dilger stops and props, and Rybelt's worked really hard to get on the end of this. Really nice running from the Glenorchy player, who kicks the ball just outside, attacking 50 to Callan-Daly, who pumps the ball inside. Keegan Ryan with the fist. Banks Smith comes in for support. Daly slips on the footy again, wrapped up in a strong tackle, and the umpire says holding the ball. Free kick going the way of the D's. So that's a nice start for Banks Smith, we just talked about a few moments ago. Kick on the bounce in the direction of McGuinness, who's put under the pump. Williams unable to stick the tackle. The umpire says it was high. So Callan-Daly with the ball. Just outside 50 on the tightest of angles. Piercing ball inside 50 and a nice mark taken. Really good work there. Had to work hard for it. I think it might be Adam Roberts who's taken that ball. So early opportunity here for the Glenorchy Magpies. Roberts will be needing to kick this the best part of 50 metres as he begins his approach now. Just crosses the paint of 50. There's plenty of distance on the bolt as Roberts, but just on the last line. It's punched through for a minor score. So Glenorchy opened the account in this third quarter, 4-4-28, trailing the D's 5-6-36. Hobart bringing the ball out of defence. Tyler McGuinness quick to play on. Goes to White. He's really made that wing his own this afternoon. He goes down the line to poke, but it's just out of bounds for a throw in. Play just over 4 minutes in this third quarter. Two sides just filling each other out at this point. Ball's thrown back into play. Caswell taken in the tackle. Had some support there in Elphinston. It's going to be another stoppage. Brown wins it down on that occasion. Really nice tackle laid there by McGuinness, who looks to be spending a fair bit of time on the ball in this third quarter so far, Harry.
Yeah, it's good to see Tyler high up the ground. He is clean by hand and foot, so if he's up there, I'm sure he'll make a good impact.
Camrick, with ball in hand, goes to Brown. Quick on the handball to Geared. We've thought about the 1-2 with Brown, but decides to chip it further wide. Kick inside, back to John Geared. Geared kicks into the middle of the ground where Harrison Gunther has some time. He looks to launch. Kicks it in the Oakley direction, unable to take the mark. Had some support there, and in the end does well as Oakley. Gets the handball to Daniel Joseph, who just does what Daniel Joseph always does and finds a target. Really nice kick inside 50. The Magpies just looking to have the better bit of play early in this third quarter.
That's right, a couple of nice marks inside 50, and you know when you're marking ball inside 50, your team is going about it the right way, so it's good to see. Glenorchy will look to make sure of this one.
Love that kick in board there from Daniel Joseph, but it looks like they may have just swapped the kicker around. Maybe very ginger there is Dilger. So Matthew Joseph is going to take the shot on goal. It's a big kick in the context of this game. 8 points the difference at the moment. Steady approach. Ball's on the way and just looks to have tucked it to the left-hand side. So, through for a minor score. Although the umpire's just blown the whistle. And it's going to be a free kick. Not 100% sure what that was actually for, to be honest with you, Harry. So in the end, it doesn't even look like a score has been made. And a little bit of confusion around the ground as North Hobart drive the ball to half forward. Oh, almost taken without his legs there. Was the Glenorchy player, perhaps lucky for North Hobart to not give away the free kick, and out of bounds for a throw in. Just all in all, a confusing couple of moments for me there, Harry. Not 100% sure what happened, but we'll play on. Out a wing. Ball thrown back into play. Jackson takes the ball himself and just kicks it around the corner to just outside 50, where Chris Howard takes a strong mark. I think he's been pretty solid in defence so far today. So chips the ball to Rybelt. Rybelt in the direction of Whitford. Does well to gain his composure. Chips in the direction of Luke Nicholson. He chips it down the line to his teammate in Rybelt, who had to work really hard for that football. I've really liked Rybelt's ability, willingness and capacity to run and create some opportunities. Gunther takes a really strong grab.
Good kick there too.
Yeah, after working so hard, he kicked that really well to Rybelt. Gunther's kick goes back to Howard. Howard, a crafty kick towards Don Brown at half forward. He's a long way from his usual post in defence as Brown pumps the ball inside 50 and a strong grab's taken. Nice work there by the Glenorchy Magpies. Almost reminiscent of a basketball team, just throwing the ball around the circle, just trying to find a way in. And in the end, that switch was really well done, and Don Brown's kick just found a target inside 50.
That's a great ability to maintain possession there, and it's given themselves a good chance here to have a shot and goal.
So the shot on goal here for the Glenorchy Magpies is going to be tight. In the end, the mark's taken by Keegan Ryan. So Glenorchy, must be said, have looked like the better team to start this second half as Ryan drives the ball out of defence. McCulloch sits under it and takes a good grab. Not the easiest task to outmark Harrison Gunther, but McCulloch start with ease on that occasion. McCulloch drives the ball down the line in the direction of Splan, but Chris Howard had an excellent start to this half. Third or fourth mark for the quarter, I would have thought. Floats across, takes the grab, chips the ball in the direction of Whitford, who probably could have left it for Gear, but it's not going to matter. Free kick going the way. Whitford opts to retreat. Back to Howard. Howard's kick, so it's a bit of a task. But up to it was Patterson. Brown does well to just apply a bit of pressure as White and Ryan link up for Poke. Poke down the line. Splan running back with a flight. It was a heavy collision between three players. Howard, Splan and Braden Patterson. Good bravery shown by all three players. Yeah, Harry.
Absolutely. Good to see him. Will Splan, you know what you get from him. He'll always give that aerial contest. He's not afraid to put his body in the line for the team.
Caswell, interesting makeshift ruckman, won the tap down. Rybelt, quick hands. Caswell pounces on the footy, takes a bounce. Handball over the top. He's going to get it back from Tilbury. Handball back into the pocket as Splan tries to manufacture something. Unable to hit a target. The mark's taken by Nathan Blowfield. I like that from Caswell. Took the game on. Here's an opportunity for the Magpies as Gunther kicks it out wide to Nicholson. He's got acres of space as he chips the ball towards 50. Adam Roberts, who had that shot on goal earlier, got rid of the football, then was taken without it by Williams. So the ball's going to come back to Adam Roberts. In those fluoro boots, he chips the ball towards the forward pocket. With the sit is Josh Meredith, but out of bounds for a throw in. Jackson wins the ball himself around the corner, only as far as Nicholson. He wheels and goes. He's going to kick into the middle of the ground. Nice pick up there by Brady Simpson.
Paid the mark.
The umpires paid the mark. I thought that was a half volley myself, but we are a fair way away from the action. Simpson takes advantage and quickly pumps the ball towards the goal line with the sit. Nick Jackson takes a strong grab and dishes the handball off to Bank Smith. Kicks the ball out of defensive 50. Geared and McGuinness, the first to the football. Geared won the ball, got it back to Daniel Joseph. Handballs it back. Glenorchy with another inside 50. This North Hobart defence is under siege at the moment, but they'll look to return the favour as Caswell just misses the target and Williams by hand. Gunther links up with Arnold, who does well through traffic, gets the ball over the top, and now there's an opportunity as Roberts thought about the handball, outside of the boot, into the forward pocket. Callan Daly tries to create something. Kilpatrick comes back for support, and Kilpatrick, with a really cool head, finds Dom White in the back pocket. Switches on. Tyler McGuinness takes a bounce. Little chip kick. McGuinness is going to keep working. Opts to go further down the line in the Splan direction. Took the grab. The umpire says it was enough for a mark. The Glenorchy player disagreed. So Splan at centre wing. Far side of the ground. Kick inside 50 for North Hobart, but Glenorchy had the sit. Once again, Chris Howard has been excellent this afternoon. He goes to Joseph.
Been very impressive as Chris Howard. Had quite a few marks so far in this third quarter, getting his hands on the footy a lot.
So the runners are there for the Magpies as Geared pumps the ball down the line in the direction of Roberts, who's also been quite lively. He's just going to pump the ball inside 50 is Roberts. He's got a couple of players there with a sit. Flying for the mark was Camrick. Williams came over the top and punched it out of bounds. I think Camrick's ambitious attempt was a little too ambitious according to the umpire. So a free kick going away of Bailey Walker.
Absolutely, and that being Glenorchy's 9th inside 50 inside 14 minutes of play in this third quarter, while North Hobart have had just the 4 inside 50s.
Probably paints the picture of this quarter so far. This North Hobart defence is under siege. And that's going to be a high tackle. So here's an opportunity for North Hobart. Isaac Matheson at half back, son of Demon Premiership player Darren. Ball goes out wide, linking up there. Where the Magpies as they going to retreat ground to try and manufacture the switch. Manson had to get a bit of a move on. He does. Just over the top of right belt. Nice pressure applied there by Dylan Ford. Dishes it to White. Wins it back to Ford. Kick inside the middle of the ground to Matheson, who just drives the ball inside 50 in the direction of Splan. Back with the flight was Blofield, but a block has been paid by the umpire. And the free kick is going to go the way of Will Splan. 3 goals already for the youngster. You can see the frustration from the Glenorchy players right across the ground there. They feel like this is if Splan is to kick the goal, it really is one against the tide of play.
Absolutely it is, and this Will Splan 5th shot at goal coming up, so he would like to send this one through.
So, Will Splan for a goal against the general flow of play for North Hobart. This would really open up a handy buffer for the visitors. So crosses the paint of 50. He'll be kicking slight angle about 40 metres out. Will Splan on the way. He loves it straight away. Does Will Splan. And North Hobart kick goal number 6 for the afternoon. And despite Glenorchy's dominance for most of this third quarter, it's the Demons who draw first blood.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sure Coach Paul Kenny will be a bit disappointed with that goal by Will Splan there, but nonetheless they'll get the chance to reset here at this centre bounce and look to get one back themselves here.
So that is a big bit of play.
Still just the 2 goal kickers also for North Hobart. Will Splan 4, Jack McCulloch 2. So I'm sure the North Hobart boys are looking to share that load around moving forward.
Might get some scores around the ground from you shortly as well, Bomber. As we come back into the middle of KG5, Elphinston and Browns, who very athletic ruckman compete. Elphinston wins it down on that occasion. Kicks the ball to half forward in the direction of Poke. Really nice work there by Nathan Blofield. Just comes a little unstuck as North Hobart bring the ball inside 50. Chris Howard just doing what he's been doing all quarter, but his kick has put his teammate under the pump in right belt. Handball over the top to Arnold. Arnold under the pump. Goes back to right belt. The support supplied by Matty Joseph, who takes the mark at half back. Joseph, an ambitious kick in the middle of the ground. Works out well to Harrison Gunther. Gunther just massages the ball out wide. Brady Simpson with ball in hand. He looks to cut the angle, but the mark's taken by Jonathan Pullen. Pullen finds George McLeod. Whitford was coming in quickly, but unable to intercept the ball. The umpire says not 15, so Keegan Ryan's forced to go. Callum Kilpatrick takes the mark. Now he has a couple of players presenting for him. He opts to go a little bit further in the Splan direction. Unable to take the grab as Thompson and Oakley link up for the Pies. Whitford pushed out of bounds by George McLeod for a throw-in. Harry Bomford, you've got some scores.
We do. So half-time in both other games here. So Tigers, they're 20 to North Launceston's 40. So North Launceston with a 20-point lead at the main break, while Clarence are leading Launceston by 2 goals, which is somewhat of a surprise.
Yeah, that's a big result brewing over at Boston Arena. Of course, this game here at KG5 did start half an hour earlier, so we'll give you a couple of other updates throughout the afternoon. Ball thrown back up. Caswell wraps up in a tackle. Just get rid of it though. Camrick kicks the ball towards half forward. Just a little bit of space, and now players are coming from every direction. Callan Daly's first to arrive. He gets the handball over the top to Nicholson. who cuts a bit of an angle. A bouncing ball towards goal from Nicholson. Just bounces the wrong way through for a minor score. McGuinness is going to bring the ball in for the Demons. Gains a bit of yardage with his run. Looks in the McCulloch direction. The numbers are there for North Hobart. And this spells a bit of danger here for Glenorchy as the Demons, through pulling, kick the ball towards half forward, but I think it was touched off the boot, wrapped up in a tackle. We'll have another stoppage just outside the Demons attacking 50.
Charlie Pullen's one that North Hobart would really like to get in the game here. Really good player when he's on, and at the moment, not quite getting a lot of footy, but I'm sure he'll be able to build off this as he's a very talented player.
Glenorchy extract the ball from the stoppage. Keegan Ryan involved. I've liked his game so far as he brings the ball inside 50, looking for Splan just over the top. But McCulloch, he's going to be first to the football, wrapped up in a strong Gunther tackle. Gunther spending a bit of time down back in this quarter. I think Paul Kennedy's probably identified the Splan and McCulloch show as being a really dangerous area for them, and just adding another experienced head down back for reinforcement.
That's right, a great asset to have, someone that can go forward and back. Really something that Paul Kennedy would be happy to have at his disposal.
Walker wrapped up in a tackle. Just back on John O'Pullen, Harry, I've seen a little bit of him play. Where do you see his best position, particularly at TSL level?
At TSL level, I think probably off a half-forward flank is where he's best suited. For the Devils and Nabby, he's played a combination of wing, half-forward, even through the midfield at times, but I reckon half-forward is where it should settle.
From what I've seen of him, very limited exposure. He looks to have a bit of a hard edge to him, likes to really lay tackles and get stuck into things.
That's right, yeah. Not the most polished player, but certainly gives his all and, yeah, likes getting the hard ball.
So North Hobart with an opportunity here as Wright, McGuinness and Splan connect well, and Will Splan's now going to have a shot at goal for his. This would be for goal number 5 this afternoon. I've really liked Tyler McGuinness's game, but this third quarter he's been immense. And now Will Splan, he's set up another opportunity for his North Hobart and Tasmania Devils teammate. This one's a tight angle for Splan. We're kicking. He likes to leave a fair bit of room for him and the man on the mark, so he'll be kicking from right on 50 metres as he gets that ball on the way there to Splan. It's going to be right to the goal line, and it's through for a major. The North Hobart Demons kick away 7-6-48, leading Glenorchy 4-5-29, and Will Splan has shown plenty of promise throughout season 2021, but this is starting to turn into a coming-of-age performance.
Absolutely it is. I'm sure Will Splan will be very happy with his day so far. Continue on his good form in the NAB League, and it's good to see.
7-6-48 North Hobart, Glenorchy 4-5-29. The Demons coming into this game with a record of 1 win and 15 losses. Glenorchy 4 wins and 12 losses. So there's no danger of Glenorchy falling below North Hobart on the ladder, but the Demons, they'll be really looking to finish this season well. Jackson Brown, one down by Brown, straight down the throat of John Geard, I should say. His kick only as far as Tyler McGuinness, who's just getting it done right across the park at the moment. He goes out wide to Hugh Williams. Williams stops, opts for the short option. Demons just drive the ball down the line. McCulloch takes a strong grab.
Done all day has McCulloch.
Sticky hands as he kicks the ball to half forward in the Splan direction. The two danger men for the Demons combine. Splan's a good kick and a half away from goal. He's just going to let roost and kick it to a dangerous spot. Plenty of players are there. The Magpies had the numbers at the back of the pack, and it's through for a minor score as Camerick thought he'd be crafty and run through to play on, but was told to cool his jets and bring the ball back to his teammate. So Arnold brings the ball back to Chris Howard. Liked Howard's game as he just works his way through a sticky situation to Gunther. Gunther's got Camrick as a runner, but decides he'll kick out wide to his captain in Arnold. Stalwart of the Glenorchy Footy Club, Josh Arnold. His brother Jordan was also a super player here at Glenorchy, now plying his trade in Queensland. Howard goes back to Manson. Just working their way through this at the moment here at the Magpies. Roberts is the short option, takes the grab. Roberts to Arnold. Players were going one way, his kick went the other. Callan Daly, clean as ever. Burns his opponent, kicks it back in the Adam Roberts direction. Glenorchy look to launch an attack. Arnold's on short, if that's where Roberts wants to go, but the siren beats him. A quick quarter here at KG5. The North Hobart Demons 7-7-49. Lead Glenorchy 4-5-29. And I must say, the end of that quarter snuck up on me a little bit there, Harry, but it's the Demons leading this encounter by 20 points heading into the final change. Get you to go through the goal kickers.
For sure. So Will Spillane kicked 5 so far in this game, and Jack McCulloch with 2. And then for Glenorchy, we have Callan Daly with his 2, Harrison Gunther with 1, and Matthew Dilger also with 1. And in terms of some key stats, stoppage count in that quarter, Glenorchy led the way with +1 around the centre clearances, and all clearances actually I should say. And in the inside 50s, it was Glenorchy 11 to North Hobart's 10.
An interesting game unfolding here at KG5 is an upset on the cards. Glenorchy have a lot of work to do if they are to get themselves back into this game. They trail by 20 points, 4-5-29 to North Hobart 7-7-49. And Harry, I feel like that scoreboard probably doesn't reflect the dominance Glenorchy had for the first 10 minutes of that third quarter.
Yeah, completely agree. Glenorchy were very good there, especially early in that third quarter. And would have liked to have 1 or 2 more goals against their name, but nonetheless, though, they'll be happy with that. Well, not so much happy, but they'll be happy and confident that they can work through this and come back in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, so they've certainly got the firepower there. It just hasn't quite clicked for them so far today. I'm sure Paul Kennedy will probably flick a few magnets around and see what they can do heading into this last quarter. But I suppose a lot of them mentioned Will Spillane and Jack McCulloch quite a bit this afternoon. They've provided an outlet kick up the ground. They've been dangerous around goal. Who are some of the other North Hobart players that you think are really starting to stamp their authority on this contest?
I think it was good to see young Sandbag Smith get in the game a bit more that quarter, as well as John O'Pullen. They both got a bit busy, both were quite early on, so it's good to see them getting their hands on the footy. Other players that have gone well, Connor Smith's gone hard all day. Also, George McLeod, another Devil, has worked hard all day with John White.
Absolutely. So I suppose the big question heading into the last quarter is how will Glenorchy respond? They're staring down a 20-point deficit heading into the final change. We'll take a quick break here from the commentary box, but don't go anywhere. Last quarter coming right up. Jelly beans on?
Oh, yeah.
Any better?
Slightly, yeah. Sure, pretty shaky.
Really? It's usually the second one. Final quarter about to get underway at KG5. The Magpies, 4-5-29, have it all to do. They're trailing the Demons 7-7-49. A couple of other games happening around the TSL. Harry, you've got any score updates for us just before this quarter gets underway?
Yeah, so half-time in both the other games, it's still Kingborough 20 to North Launceston's 40, while Clarence still hold that 2-goal lead over Launceston, with the score being 51-39.
Yeah, I've just had an update through from David Ingram letting us know that former Clarence player Trent Standen has 21 goals 7 before half-time for OHA against Richmond. So that could be breaking all sorts of records at that game.
That's certainly a fair day out.
You got an AFL score for us as well?
I do. The Bulldogs have actually just hit the lead up at UTAS Stadium over Hawthorn, with the score halfway through the third quarter. Hawthorn 25, Western Bulldogs 30.
As a Hawthorn man, I hope the Hawks can get back in the lead for you, Harry, as we're back in the middle here at KG5. The final quarter underway. What can Glenorchy produce as the D's start with the ascendancy? Tilbury inside 50. Splan tries to capture the ball under his spell, does really well. Goes with hands to Dylan Ford, just runs out of tarmac, out of bounds for a throw-in. Ball to be thrown back in. McCulloch takes the ball himself, outside of the boot, kicks it to a dangerous spot. The mark unable to be taken by Jackson. It does roll through for a minor score. So North Hobart have the first score of the final term. Arnold just loses his footing at a crucial moment. That brings in the Demons, who link up as Williams has a flying shot on goal. Hugh Williams hits the scoreboard, and the dream start to the final term for the visitors. Hugh Williams, the former captain, extends the lead. North Hobart 88-56 have this game in control. Glenorchy 4-5-29.
A very deserving goal scorer there, Hugh Williams. Toiled hard all day, so good to see him get his name in the paper with a goal.
Nice finish from Hugh Williams there as well. I reckon there'd be a few better feelings than kicking a goal and then running back into defensive 50 as well, letting your opposition know all about it.
Glenorchy will look to get one out of the centre bounce here.
Big part of this game, and Pullen in the middle of the ground, unable to capitalise with disposal. Glenorchy get the ball out to Adam Roberts. Roberts kicks inside 50, looking for Gunther. Brave work, back with the flight from right belt. The two players ran into each other. The umpires pinged Bailey Walker for a push. And as you can probably hear from the crowd around here at KG5, they don't agree, the visiting fans. Incredible bravery from Gunther and right belt. Gunther awarded the free kick, and you can see there right belt just sucking in some big breaths. That was a potentially scary incident for the two players, but Gunther just looks to regain his composure and have a shot for goal. 45-degree angle, will be kicking from just outside 50. Harrison Gunther. Ball's on the way, just tucking it to the right-hand side. Flying was Camerick, unable to take the mark.
Tyler Guinness to bring the ball in here for North Hobart. Jack Sanders just re-entered the field of play here. A player that's potentially been down a bit on his usual form so far this TSL season, but I'm sure he'll look to have a big last quarter. As he goes long and down the line to a contest. Glenorchy worked the ball forward. Brown with the kick.
Kilpatrick merges with the footy. Does well, and Hugh Williams just showing a bit of dash, turning back the clock a little bit here as the veteran. So he pushes the ball inside 50. Nice body work by Jackson to get his opponent out of the way. He goes over the top to Splan. Takes the grab on the second attempt, and Will Splan already with 5 goals to his name. He'll be looking to make it half a dozen. And you feel like another goal here is almost going to break the back of the Glenorchy Magpies.
That's right, it will make it hard from here, but you never know.
Still got to kick it, does Will Splan. He has been dynamic this afternoon.
Dug around the corner here too.
Yeah, backing himself in with the snap. Will Splan looking for goal number 6. He just kicks the wrong side of the ball, and the mark's taken by Nathan Blowfield. Probably the only real flaw Will Splan's made this afternoon. He's had an excellent day at the office. Callum Kilpatrick takes a strong grab. Nice work from the man they call Oysters. Howard takes the mark. Love to know how many intercept marks he's taken this afternoon. He finds Camrick via hand. A raking handball by Camrick out wide. So the Magpies look to go coast to coast. Adam Roberts has the ball at half forward. Corralled by his opponent in a great smother. Really nice work there by Bradley Young. Out of bounds for a throw in. Back in play here. Geared. Handballs back to Camrick. Camrick just finds space where there probably wasn't any. The ball's on the way, and that's going to bounce through for a goal, is it? Yes, it is. A nice finish there for the Glenorchy Magpies. Danny Camrick kicks the goal. The free kick was going to be paid in the goal square, but in the end, the advantage is paid. Glenorchy, they breathe a little bit of life into their afternoon. 5-6-36, trailing by 20 points, so back to the margin at the final change. There's still a pulse here for Glenorchy. They're going to have to keep this momentum up and get a move on.
That's right, and very even around the centre clearance numbers so far this quarter. 2-2 so far in all clearances, and inside 50s 3-3.
Elphinston just taps the ball down to himself, finds Kilpatrick, who shrugs 2 tackles, takes a bounce to that trusty left boot, drives the ball inside 50, running back with the flight. Chris Howard, he has been excellent this afternoon as he brings the ball out of defensive 50. A bouncing ball in front of Matthew Joseph. North Hobart with the numbers. By Belt, unable to control the footy. North Hobart coming in with the numbers. The umpire will take the ball.
Potentially just overdoing it by hand there, North Hobart. Probably should look to get a kick a bit earlier, but...
So, another stoppage. 20 points the difference. Brown wins it down. And as far as Caswell, who's had a strong day at the office, he goes to Sandrick. Back to Caswell. Ball's run out of bounds there by Manson. Will be a throw in. Yeah, I know you mentioned before Jack Sandrick. Probably a quiet day by his standards so far.
Yeah, I would agree. Riley Oakley spent a bit of time with him, especially around the stoppage early on, and has very much caught his influence.
Elphinston just got a hand to it. Belt's going to be first to the football. Immediately beset upon. Kilpatrick. Handball's out wide. Direction of Leithheber. McGuinness involved as well. Gets the ball once again, does McGuinness. Gets the handball over the top. Glenorchy applying plenty of pressure around this stoppage here. Weather's been kind to us so far, Harry. Beautiful day here at KG5. Brown wins the ball down, only as far as Kilpatrick, who's wrapped up in the tackle. Rinse and repeat within a telephone box at the moment. Camrick runs out of tarmac, over and out for another throw in. Umpire's whistle. It looks like a player's down on their haunches behind play. I think it might be Tilbury. Not sure what happened, but the free kick has been paid. So Brad Tilbury will take the ball, just defensive side of centre wing. It's been a little bit of prohibited contact off the ball. Just the handball to Kilpatrick in those yellow boots. It's Caswell. Caswell dances around one, bit of a sidestep there. A dinky kick to the outside of the boot. Unable to find a target. Mathewson wrapped up in the tackle, but North Hobart continue to surge the ball forward. Josh Arnold is there in support, takes a strong grab. Sets a bit of a task for Daniel Joseph, but I was about to say he was up to it, but he was pressured over the line by John White. You can hear those North Hobart fans. They've travelled to the northern suburbs in numbers and are writing plenty of noise. 20 points of difference, a fairly low-scoring affair. 10.5 into the final term. Rybelt over the top to Joseph. Joseph finds Meredith. Meredith finds Arnold. Arnold waits for someone to present. In the end, he goes to Camrick. Camrick down the wing. He's found his teammate in Roberts. Roberts looks to drive the ball to half forward. Whitford's going to be the target. He's got Connor Smith for company, who lays a really strong tackle on Whitford, who did well to stand his ground, but in the end, handballs the ball over and out for a throw in. So if you're Paul Kennedy here, Harry, do you just throw the magnets around and try something different? What do you do to try and create something in the latter half of this final term?
I think you've got to. With 10 minutes already gone in this final quarter, you've got to change up something to breathe some life into the team and give them every opportunity to come back here.
Caswell finds McGuinness, who shows some nice composure. Jackson back to McGuinness. Over the top to Pullen. Hurried kick down the line. Mark taken by Chris Howard. He has put in a shift this afternoon, Chris Howard. He's been excellent. Arnold kicks it into Braden Patterson. It's just through his hands. Nice hustle shown by Rybelt. Simpson missed the target. Rybelt just paddles it inside 50. Simpson unable to get the football. Matthew Dilger with a dinky kick over the top. Finds a target. Nice work there by the Glenorchy Magpies. Nick Rybelt particularly involved. After a potential turnover in the middle of the ground, they've manufactured an opportunity. It's going to be Rybelt to have a look on goal. Very slight angle. Dylan Ford's on the mark. He's 40 metres out, so 35 metres out. Certainly within distance here for Rybelt. Begins his approach. On his left boot, straight through for a minor score. Just did a bit of work late there. Did that shot on goal, the umpire forced to move. So 5-7-37 to 8-8-56, and just touched on 13 minutes already elapsed in this final quarter. Glenorchy going to need to get a hurry on if they are to get back into this game as the Demons bring the ball out via Tyler McGuinness. McCulloch's the target. Just does what he's been doing all afternoon and takes a strong grab. He goes to Poke, who chips it towards half forward. Callum Kilpatrick has the footy. He kicks the ball inside 50. Ford's there. Just eludes him. The mark's taken by Simpson. Simpson to Rybelt, who takes it on the half volley. It's been good, Rybelt. Just misses his target as McCulloch gets his hands on the footy. Chips it over the top to Will Splan. He's already had one look in this final term for goal number 6. That was a snap around the corner that he just got the wrong side of, but this is a golden opportunity for him to hit the scoreboard once again.
Absolutely it is. I'm sure he'll like his chances a bit more from this position, and he'll look to send it right through the middle.
So, Will Splan has been superb this afternoon, and fitting that it was Jack McCulloch who's setting up as well. They've been dynamic inside 50. Splan begins his approach. Ball's on the way and just stabbed at it through for a minor score. So the Glenorchy defence have made a bit of a meal of this, and under the pump, just quick shot on goal from Jack Sandrick, who puts it through, and I think that might be the stealer. Excellent work from the North Hobart Bull. He punishes it through for a goal, gives the fist to his teammates on the bench and the fans in the grandstand. And that is a big moment in this game. North Hobart 9-9-63. Lead the Magpies 5-7-37. Harry Bomford. North Hobart may have just secured their second win for the season.
It certainly does look that way. A very nice finish there by Jack Sandrick. If you want to have a look at a couple of stats, we've got in the stoppage count, North Hobart are +2, and in the inside 50 count, North Hobart are +3 so far in this final term.
So, North Hobart have kicked 2-1 in this final quarter. Just ticked over 15 and a half minutes. Time quickly becoming an enemy for Glenorchy. Jackson's kick. And he goes as far as Glenorchy through Simpson and Joseph, just unable to actually take possession, but able to move the ball around a little bit. Leifheber does eventually get control. He links up with McLeod, who links up with Sandrick. Just evades McCulloch as Joseph combines with his teammate. Joseph's kick finds Oakley. Oakley looking to get a move on with the footy. He goes to Manson, who can kick the ball into the forward pocket. Nice kick by Isaac Manson. A lovely kick. It's found Luke Brown. Although it looks like Glenorchy are going to go down this afternoon, I think Luke Brown's been a real find for them. A late inclusion today. He's been excellent in the ruck. So he has a look at goal. Kicks it sweetly, does Luke Brown, straight through the middle. The umpire did not move. And that's a great response for the Glenorchy Magpies. They move to 6-7-43. 20 points behind the North Hobart Demons, and we're back to the buffer that we had at three-quarter time.
Never looked in doubt there, Luke Brown. That was always going through right from the moment it left his boot. Very impressive by Luke Brown.
So, 17 minutes gone, 20 points the difference. Is there still time?
There is time, but they'll certainly need to get a move on. Need a couple of quick ones. One right out of this centre bounce would be very handy.
So, a big stoppage here. It's going to be Elphinston competing in the ruck against, looks like Gunther. Elphinston wins it down. Gunther merges with the football. He goes to Camrick, and now Glenorchy are going to move the ball forward. Whitford just overruns the footy. McGuinness sold a bit of candy, and then he's taken in a tackle, and that's going to be holding the ball. Glenorchy having a good couple of moments here, and that wasn't given on the full. What does the umpire say? No. So Josh Whitford is a long way out. Just chips the ball to a dangerous spot. Brown was there, as was Dilger. Brown now with the football, kicking in danger. Free kick going the way of the Magpies, Harry. This is a big couple of moments, and once again, it's young Luke Brown who's going to have another shot at goal.
Chance for his second here, Luke Brown, with two huge goals in the context of this game if he is to get this one.
So, Luke Brown. Kick is on the way. That's through for a goal, and Glenorchy, they've got a bit of a run on. They move to 7-7-49. Trailing North Hobart 9-9-63, and there might be a couple of nervous people on the North Hobart bench, Harry Bomford.
Absolutely, and for Luke Brown, a late inclusion. We probably didn't expect to be playing today, to now have 2 goals to his name. That's certainly a good return for Luke.
Wowee, Harry, this is big. Intriguing game of football unfolding in front of us, and if this isn't Luke Brown's debut, it must be pretty early on in his career. I haven't seen him at TSL level before, but he's been really impressive. So, Suddenly, North Hobart under a bit of pressure. How can they respond? Or it'll be Glenorchy to surge forward once again. Camrick kicks the ball towards half forward. Roberts was going to be there, but in the end it's run over the line by Tyler McGuinness. Almost 19 and a half minutes gone. Intrigued to know your 3-2-1 votes at the end of the game, Harry. I know you're getting nervous over there. Ball's thrown back into play. Elphinston wins a tap down against Gunther. An immediate stoppage. Plenty of players around this stoppage here. Strong tackle laid. Umpire will take it once more. Just before we get to the end of this game, might get you to check the scores for the other contests in a moment as well, Harry. Elphinston wins the ball down. North Hobart just thinking their way through it. McGuinness chips the ball over the top. Finds Elphinston. Elphinston not in any hurry whatsoever. He just decides to roost it down the line in the direction of McCulloch. Joseph, he's going to swoop on the football. That's Joseph of the Daniel variety. Tilbury, wrapped up in a strong tackle. It's going to be a stoppage. I know the umpire says play on, and Glenorchy have the numbers there, but it's going to be a free kick going the way of North Hobart. A push in the back. We'll get those scores in just a moment, Harry. So the Demons go forward once again. Just sneaks inside 50. The mark's not taken, but it's going to be a free kick. Being held by Josh Arnold. It's Jack McCulloch. So McCulloch's going to have a look at goal. He's a long way out. Kicking from outside 50 from a tight angle. He's got an opportunity to kick his third of the afternoon and just steady the ship for North Hobart in this final term. McCulloch kicking from the paint of 50. Doesn't get great purchase on the ball, but it does go to a dangerous spot. Sandrick lays a big tackle, but just getting the ball away was Arnold. Dylan Ford. Handball's out wide. Quick shot on goal. Going to go out of bounds. Touch ball, sort of throw in inside the forward pocket. We'll quickly get those scores, Harry, before we resume play.
Yeah, so at Blunston Arena, Clarence have maintained their 2-goal lead over Lonscross, with the score being 65-53 halfway through the third quarter, and also halfway through the third quarter down the Twin Ovals. Trent Bomella and his Tigers, they've kicked back into gear. They're only down by 8 points now, with the score being 39-47, North Launceston's favour halfway through the third. Big
afternoon of TSL footy, and this is a big contest here at KG5. It isn't going to have any finals ramifications, but an entertaining contest nonetheless between two proud clubs and fierce rivals. Glenorchy may trail 14 points at the moment. Now Hobart looking to seal this game. Sandrick, a crunching tackle on Arnold. Another stoppage inside the Demons attacking 50.
I think North Hobart will look to hold the ball up here, take some time off the clock, and just so they can maintain that lead.
McCulloch competing in the ruck, takes the ball himself in the end. He's stripped. Don't know how he got rid of it. The umpire says he was in fact held without it after getting rid of the ball. So McCulloch, he's had a couple of looks and he's going to have another chance here. 2 goals for the afternoon. So the third quarter ran at only just over 24 minutes. We've ticked over 23 here. So McCulloch's going to take his time and just try and kick the real sealer for North Hobart. He begins his approach. Just stabbed at it again, did McCulloch, through for a minor score. So a little bit of confusion. It's going to be a free kick going the way of North Hobart. A few players having a couple of words with each other, but Sam Caswell in the meantime from the top of the goal square slams it home. And I think that is going to be the real sealer for the North Hobart Footy Club. They move to 10-70, Glenorchy 7-7-49, and there's a bit going on inside attacking 50 at the moment. Two teams having lots of words with each other. Umpire Chris Kay is quick to get into the middle of the ground. He just wants to throw the ball up and get this game moving. Still a bit of remonstration there. A few players involved. Not sure what sparked that, but where it really matters is the scoreboard, and that paints a picture of a North Hobart victory. 10-10-70 to 7-7-49. Steadied the ship via Sam Caswell. Just about 25 minutes gone in this final term. Ball's thrown back into play. Jackson wings the ball down against Gunther, but Gunther does the roving. He kicks the ball inside 50. Banks Smith is going to be the first man to it. In the end, it bounces away from him to Keegan Ryan. Just wrapped up in a big tackle by Josh Whitford. That ball bouncing around at the moment. Ryan wrapped up in a desperate tackle. Excellent defensive pressure. Holding the football is the reward for Riley Oakley. A really good tackle inside his attacking 50. And he's going to have a quick look on goal. He's been tasked with manning Jack Sandrick for the afternoon, Riley Oakley.
Done a very good job too. Kept Jack Sandrick pretty quiet, although Sandrick has got into the game a bit more this quarter.
That was always to the near side, through for a minor score. $7-8-50, trailing the D's 10-10-70. Umpires whistle again. And it's going to go back to Oakley. I don't know what has happened there, but Riley Oakley's going to have another look at it.
Saw this bit last night in the AFL in the Richmond GWS game with a few free kicks off the ball.
So Riley Oakley has his second shot on goal, and it's going to be a 50-metre penalty. The North Hobart player insisted that it wasn't in the right spot, didn't move, and the umpire said, all right, we'll move it towards the goal square. And Riley Oakley kicks the easiest of goals. So 8-8-56, trailing North Hobart 10-10-70. We've played almost 27 minutes in this final quarter. You'd think that there wouldn't be enough time for Glenorchy from here, but quick ball out of this bounce inside 50 could result in anything, but the Demons at the moment 14 points up, 27 minutes gone, should be home.
You think they're home, but you never do. You never know.
Of course, you have to get a count up clock instead of a count down clock here, so wait and see. Bit of volleyball in the middle of the ground as McGuinness is going to be first to the footy. He kicks it inside 50. Chris Howard has the sit. Almost takes the grab, but Splan comes over the top. Reinforcements come in. It's going to be a stoppage. There's a high ball for Chris Howard to sit under. Unable to quite take the grab in the end. Ball's thrown up. McCulloch takes it out of the ruck himself, wrapped up in a big tackle. It's going to be another stoppage. Nice tackle laid there by Nathan Blowfield. Ball's thrown up. Gunther just tries to whack the ball away. Didn't quite get the purchase he was after. Howard emerges with the footy. Dribbling ball. Doesn't quite escape 50. A nice shimmy and a shake from George McLeod. Kicking to Splan, but Howard takes another intercept mark. He's been superb this afternoon. Camrick's kicks. That's a bit of a task for Oakley. Hugh Williams moves him off the footy. Connor Smith shrugs a tackle and then doesn't quite get the purchase he was after. Out of bounds on the full. Camrick to bring the ball back into play. Dances around his opponent. Drives the ball forward. McGuinness and Jackson both fly. It's the former who takes the mark. Goes back to Ryan. Ryan trying to architect a switch. Here goes to White. White to McLeod. Dinky kick by McLeod. Out wide finds Poke, who looks to be a little sore, I think. He didn't land overly well. Slow to his feet, but he looks to be okay. He goes back to Kilpatrick. He has Ryan back as the siren sounds. A terrific win for the North Hobart Football Club. They prevailed 10-10-70 over the Glenorchy Magpies, 8-8-56. The Demons record their second win for season 2021 against the Magpies, and I guess a real reward for effort for the Demons, considering the steps they've shown, the growth they've shown so far in season 2021. In the end, they run out 14-point winners at KG5. Harry Bomford, an entertaining game of football, and although there was a bit of a late scare in the last term, North Hobart were ultimately the better side for more of the afternoon.
That's right, yeah. A deserving victory for the North Hobart there. Glenorchy at times were very promising and were the dominant side, but for the most part of those 4 quarters, North Hobart did lead the way.
So the Demons, they take a 14-point win home following today's game at KG5. Do you want to run through the goal kickers, Harry Bomford?
Yeah, so starting with the victorious North Hobart, Will Splan kicked 5, Jack McCulloch kicked 2, and then individual goals to Hugh Williams, Sam Caswell and Jack Sandrick. And then for Glenorchy, Luke Brown kicked those 2 late goals. Callan Daly with 2, Harrison Gunther with 1, Riley Oakley with 1, Matthew Dilger with 1, and Ben Camerick with 1 as well.
An interesting spread of goal kickers between the two sides. North Hobart had a couple of guys doing most of the damage. Glenorchy quite an even spread. It was probably a frustrating afternoon for Paul Kennedy and Glenorchy. As you said, they had passages there where they looked to be the better side, like early in that third quarter, but just unable to really capitalise. In the end, North Hobart deserved winners by 14 points. I guess the two teams will be finishing their seasons next weekend. Glenorchy playing North Lawney at UTAS Stadium and North Hobart playing Clarence. And I suppose, although it will just be the end of the season for these two teams, they'll look to just inflict a little bit of damage on their rivals heading into the opposition's finals campaigns.
That's right. A couple of tough games for both sides next week. But if they bring what they brought today, especially at times, both sides, they will be right up in it and very competitive, you think, for most of the game. So
we'll get you to run through your 3-2-1 votes, Harry. But just before you do give the 3-2-1, who were some of the players that didn't get a vote that you thought were impressive this afternoon?
Players that didn't get a vote: Sam Caswell, who's very close to getting a vote, ran hard all day, linked up, did a lot right, was very good. For Glenorchy, Callan Daly was good, Josh Arnold was good, Harrison Gunther was good at both ends of the ground, Ben Camerick was also good, and also Luke Brown showed a lot of promise, especially late in that fourth quarter.
So, starting with 1, you're 1, 2, 3, with 3 being best on ground.
1 vote I'll give to Tyler McGuinness, 2 votes goes to Will Splan, and 3 votes goes to Jack McCulloch, who kicked 2 goals, 3, but had another shot or 2 on goal where he failed to register a score, but was very dominant in the air all day.
So, 1, 2, 3. So, Jack McCulloch taking the 3 votes off Will Splan. That's a big call from you, but I like it. I really do like it. As you see, the North Hobart players make their way off the field, a rousing reception by the Development League players and their supporters. I'm sure Craig Martin and Quinton French will be 2 very happy men as we farewell you for this afternoon here at KG5. The Demons run out 14-point winners in round 20 of the 2021 TSL season. Thank you for joining us for this afternoon's broadcast. We'll see you next time.